What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs? How y'all doing today? Good, I hope. Well, thanks for coming in, jumping in on my channel, Country Fried ATV, where we talk about all things ATV. We got another good video for you today. Let's hop into it. What's up, guys? Thanks for dropping in on my channel today, Country Fried ATV. I'm Country Fried. I wanted to do another video today on the 2022 CForce 600. I know I did one a couple of weeks ago, and there were quite a few things that I've missed, so I wanted to take this time to do another video, go over the ups and downs and the likes and dislikes of this four-wheeler. All right, so getting into it, the front end of it, I love the way it looks. It has a sporty, almost aggressive look to it. The LED lights are super bright. I can't speak enough on these lights. These lights are so bright you don't even need to add an additional light bar like you would on most four-wheelers. Comes standard with a winch. I can't remember if that's a 3,000 or a 3,500 pound winch, but comes standard. Still has the regular cable on it. I haven't replaced it with a synthetic yet, but that's going to be next on the list. Also comes standard with these hand guards. Looks great with it. I also like that. The only thing I did add so far are these mirrors, and I just wanted to have those on there so that when we're riding, you can see each other and don't have to turn around, turn your head all the way around to see who's in back of you or what's going on. I like the way it looks. This gas tank molding type thing that they have here almost looks like a motorcycle to me. Has a pretty good ride height. You don't feel like you're sitting up too high, and you don't feel like you're sitting up too low. Another thing I don't care about is the dash, or the gauge cluster, or whatever you want to call it. I feel like it sits too low. I wish it could sit a little bit higher. I just feel like if you're going through a puddle or you're going through water or something like that, I feel like that the water would splash up on it and get the screen all muddy and wet. Haven't experienced it yet, but it just seems like it just sits too low for me. The grips, these are standard grips, almost like hard rubber, very comfortable. You don't really feel any fatigue, but when I ride, I always wear gloves anyway. But just riding around the property, I don't wear gloves, and these grips are comfortable. Here, let me go ahead and turn it on. So I don't know if you can see that very well, but there's your gauge cluster, has your tachometer, your speed, your hours, your temperature, whether you're in four-wheel drive or two-wheel drive. You can actually hear it going to four-wheel drive, and then you have your 4-diff. Put it back in two-wheel drive, and of course you have your fuel gauge. It's showing empty now, but I'm going to get to that a little bit later. Turn this off. I love the way the seat looks. It's not as super plush as it is on mine on the Bad Bitch on my Polaris Sportsman, but it's pretty firm. You have your auxiliary plug in your air compressor. You have 2 USB ports, keep your phone charged, whatever. You have a rear storage compartment, which is not very watertight, by the way. But it's enough to keep some things in there. Then you have another storage compartment up here. Not very deep. That's one of the dislikes. Another dislike, there's no cup holder. So I think sometime in the near future, I'm going to try and see if I can get a cup holder installed in here somewhere. Maybe in this area. Let's see, moving on. The wheels and tires. I don't care for these wheels. I'm sorry. I like the wheels. I just don't care for the tires. The tires seem too round and, oval shape for me. I like a more square type tire. I'll probably be replacing those pretty soon. Has adjustable suspension. I haven't had to adjust it yet. It's just been kept like that. And what else do we have here? So going into the power delivery, that's where it comes into why I rank it as an 8. The power delivery on this model just seems very low. It almost seems like you have to really be on that throttle to feel that power on the high end. It's not something that I really care for. Can it be remedied? Of course it can. You can put a clutch kit on there, which at this point I'm thinking about doing. I'm thinking about getting a stage 1 clutch kit, and maybe just start off with replacing that spring and go from there. And I'll do a test here on how jerky it seems to take off when you're taking off from a stop. Again, going back into what I love the way the lights look in the back. You have reverse lights, which many four-wheelers don't have reverse lights. Here, let me turn these on real quick. And the camera's probably not going to do it justice, but you can see how that looks. And then we're going to put the reverse lights on. And you got your reverse lights. Very bright as well. And then you have your, what I call daytime running lights. And the camera does not give it any justice, but these lights are very bright. And then you have off, which the little LED light bars at the top go off. And then you have low beam. Those are the low beam. And that's the high beam. So you got high beam, low beam. That's in the off position. And then you have the daytime running lights. So all in all, it's not a bad looking machine. I definitely like the color of it. Again, the tires and the power delivery are two things that does it for me. Another issue that I'm dealing with is a constant brake squeal. I think I've come up with a solution, but I'm still testing my theory. So I will let you know in another video what that solution was. If any of you other guys out there have this, have a CForce and you've experienced brake squeal, which from what I've researched is a known issue with these machines. So I mean, it comes straight out of the factory with that brake squeal. And I've tried bleeding the brakes, tried adjusting them, and it still comes back. But like I said, I'm working on a theory right now. I'm just giving it some time to do some testing on it, and then I'll do a video on it. Okay, another thing. You see that fuel gauge? It's showing empty. I've been riding this machine for about the past week, and it's been right there. And of course, the light, fuel gauge light is on. Let me start it. Now, with that fuel gauge, there's still fuel in this tank. How long it goes, I have no idea. So I'm trying to test that out as well. Only thing I'm worried about is it running completely dry. And you know, with it being fuel injected and you run it dry, I'm worried about messing up the fuel pump if it runs dry. I'm just sort of pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. As soon as I hear that sound, when it starts to it wants to cut off, and then I'll turn it off and refuel it. But again, this is another known issue. I'm not really sure if you want to call it an issue, but it's just something the way CF Moto designed their fuel tanks, I guess, or their gas gauge. Maybe it's not calibrated correctly. I don't know. If you know of a fix for this, if you've seen this issue, let me know down below. But other than that, like I said, I'm testing this to see how far it goes and how long it lasts on E. Like I said, I've been riding this for about a week now. Maybe, I want to say about 4, maybe 5 days now, today being the 5th day. And it still starts up, takes off, goes no problem. But I'll keep you updated on that. And just to let you see, I got a flashlight somewhere. You can tell there's still, sounds like there's a lot of gas in there. In fact, now that I'm doing this, I want to get a flashlight and just see. Okay, so let's see if I can do this. I mean, it looks like there's a lot of fuel in there. I'm trying to get this position so you guys can see it. Look at that. And that's where it's reading. And it seems like there's still a lot of fuel in here. Now, I don't know if that's a safety thing that CF Moto designed, if they made this by design to where, you know, if you go empty, okay, you still have a little bit left in reserve, if that's what you want to call it, so you can, you know, get back to wherever you need to get back to refuel or a gas station or whatever the case may be. You know, maybe it's like that by design. I don't know. If you guys know, like I said, hit me down below and let me know. Let's go on to something else. Okay, we're gonna go for a little test ride here. I wish I could show you guys some riding videos, but unfortunately I don't have a GoPro, and but when I do, I want to have some riding videos for you guys. Just bear with me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show how jerky it is when you take off. And again, this is the stock clutch. I haven't changed anything. I haven't replaced anything. I haven't put anything on it. Like I said, the only thing that I've done to this is added the mirrors. So let's go ahead. Very jerky. I'm just barely hitting it. Oh. Going in reverse seems to be pretty smooth. Okay, dead stop. A little jerky. I have to run into my toolbox here. So that's that. As you can tell, it's a little bit jerky. I don't know if you could have picked that up on a video or not. I hope you were able to see that. But yeah, that's about it. So all in all, 2022 CF Moto CForce 600. I rank it an 8 overall. If you want this machine to be used on your farm or around the yard or just doing light riding, this is your machine. If you want a machine that you want to go fast on the trails, I wouldn't use this one. If you're like me and you like to go fast on trails, I wouldn't take this one. And like I said, all in all, it's a good four-wheeler. I think a little after we got it, we took it out to Hidden Falls, which is a ATV park up in Marble Falls, Texas. And we took it out there for a day and had a blast with it. Didn't have any issues, no problems whatsoever. I mean, it purred like a kitten. It went through the trails. I mean, I was really shocked, to be honest with you. Another thing One last thing I don't really care for is the rack system that they have here. I wish they had some kind of handles or something like that, so that, you know, if you put bags of feed or something on the back there, it's not going to slide off, you know, when you're making a turn. And that's the biggest issue that I have with these racks. Other than that, you know, if there were some handles that you could maybe attach on the sides and on the front, or a bar or something like that, I think it would be great. Open this up. I'm going to go into getting access to your radiator and your fuses. So you just take that out, take those two pieces off, and you have access to your radiator, brake fluid, fuses. Let's see. Here, let me get a light on here so you can see a little bit better. And then to put it back, just line these up here. I'm doing this with one hand, so just push down on those grommets, push down on the front, place that. And that's all it is. But yeah, that's it, guys. Like I say, if you guys have any comments, suggestions, any ideas, let me know below. And but yeah, that's it. Thank you for dropping in on my channel, guys. Country Fried ATV. Like I said, as soon as I get a GoPro, I'm gonna have some riding videos for you. And yeah, that's it. So until then, have fun, be safe, peace.